Greetings, Earthlings, wisdom keepers, wisdom seekers. Welcome back to WizdomDropz, your source for daily drops of wisdom and savvy cat astrology. My name is Tanya, and today we're talking about you super deep Scorpios, and specifically your experience of the full moon happening in Pisces, which is your ninth house, holy guacamole, on September 2nd of 2020, early AF in the morning at like 1:48 a.m. Eastern time. So we're going to be chatting all about it and what you, Scorpio, can expect for the next month, and also especially for the next 2 weeks, okay, after this lunation cycle. But before I do talk about that, and before we chat, number one, if you resonate with this content and you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe and join us, because we are building community on this platform. I want to see you here. I put out a video every single day of the week. Scorpios are where it's at. You're just the divine judge of like occult and truth and just all that. So join us, Scorp. Number two, if you want to up your occult chops, speaking of which, I am offering the dopest astrology course that I can personally conceive of, beginning November 1st. That's full-fledged Scorpio season, baby. That's right. The registration deadline is All Hallows Eve, because we is does witchy like that. The link for that is down below if you want more information. It's a 3-month, 13-week intensive training program that I am beyond pumped to offer you a spot in if it resonates for both of us and we feel aligned, okay? Number three, like the video if it brings you value by the end of it, because it helps the channel grow. It helps us get out there on the map more than we already are. And, you know, I just appreciate seeing that affirmation in my inbox, like so-and-so liked this video. Here's another thumbs up. Okay, now with that said, Scorp, let's look at some charts, shall we? And see what's going on for you under this full moon. And it is fire! That's why we got the sirens in the background. I'm going to share that screen so you're going to see what I'm seeing right now. Okay, so the moon itself, as I said, is in Pisces, and it's happening at 10 degrees, Scorpio, of Pisces, okay? So the moon is at 10 degrees of Pisces, the sun's at 10 degrees of Virgo. That's what we call a full moon. There's this absolutely gorgeous earth trine, which for you as a Scorpio is like fantabulous, because, excuse me, this is engaging your third house, okay? What is this? Your fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh house, duh, Taurus. Your seventh house, your third house, your seventh house, and your 11th house. Those are sexy houses to have a grand trine in, okay? That's a lot of good energy with partnerships, with networks, okay, and with businesses, because third house in ancient astrology is the house of the goddess, and that is the moon, and that is business. So, and money, okay? So Scorpio, I think you're getting a lot of divine support despite all the crap going on in the world, not to mention this moon is happening in your 5th house. I think I totally misspoke at the beginning of this video and said 9th house. Whoops, forgive me. I'm like super sleep deprived as we speak. I had like 3 hours of sleep, but word vomit, what are you gonna do? It's your 5th house, which is still an absolute baller house. The 5th and the 9th and the 11th are like the houses of joy and the houses of wins and gains and prosperity, and just all the good things come out of 5th house, 9th house, and 11th house. And look at how each one of them is lit up for you as a Scorpio right now. The moon is there in the 5th house, which is your house of creation and business in a different way than the 3rd house. But there's multiple places in the chart for these things. So business is activated for you, Scorpio, at a deep level. If you're a Scorpio out there making some power moves right now, the force is with you, and you don't even need me to tell you that, because you're just that intuitive. You know what I'm saying? But it is. The force really is with you, because the moon is there with Neptune, the ruler of Pisces in modern astrology, conjunct the moon. And check it out. The ruler of Virgo, Mercury, is with the sun in Virgo. So there's like an extra energy playing out in this full moon. There's like a lot of amplifying energy. And what is a full moon, Scorp? A full moon is a culmination period. So if you've been planting all them little seeds, like on your Virgo energy with your Scorpio vibes, you know what I'm saying? Like really just like putting some intentional feelers out and putting some intentional nets, you know, as a Scorpio to like capture what you want to bring into you, you will see results under this full moon. Mark my words. Why do I say that? Because there's extra energy there in that 5th house. There's extra energy there in that 11th house. This is joy. This is joy and dreams. This is networks and businesses. This is passion projects, 5th house, coming to a culmination cycle with good aspects to it. Why? Because look at the moon, where my cursor is right now. It's having a very positive aspect That's a like exact degree sextile over there to Uranus. They're having a little party, like, woo, we don't care if there's quarantine, we're partying at home. Like, that's like the vibe between the moon and Uranus, because Uranus is divine awakening and higher knowledge and truth saying, and literally like the truth coming out through radical means sometimes. This is in partnerships, so you could have some surprising things pop up for you as a Scorpio in partnerships, but check it out. The beautiful thing is it's coming to you with positive energy. And of course, it's all dependent on your chart. But look at how Uranus, the planet of like spontaneous eruptions even, and also divine higher knowledge, it's in sextile with the moon. It's having that little like symbiote, kumbaya party with the moon. The moon in ancient astrology rules abundance. It rules our embodiment. It rules everything physical in the third dimensional world, our bodies, the planet, okay? And in Vedic astrology, it's also the soul. So if you think about all the things that the moon symbolizes, and the fact that Uranus, the god of knowledge of a higher calibration, the god of awakening, the god of truth, the god of genius energy, is speaking in harmony with that, Scorpio. And this is between your 7th house, where Uranus is, and Taurus right here, and your 5th house, which is like children of yours, Scorpio, passion projects of yours, things in which you raise with joy, things in which you come out of you, basically. That's really powerful. Think, you know, seeing as Neptune is co-present, the ruler of Pisces, and Mercury is co-present down here in your 11th house. And Mercury in the 11th in any scenario is going to increase networking opportunities and just engagements within networking environments. And that's larger groups. That's any kind of social group you're a part of, Scorp. So that's going to be really activated for you. I'm excited. Not to mention, can we talk about Jupiter still in your 3rd house of business? While other people are like flailing and experiencing a lot of trauma and pain, which absolutely sucks. And I send a lot of empathy and prayer out to everybody who is experiencing that every single day. But while that is the case for a lot of people, some people, whatever, for you as a Scorpio, I'm looking at it like, I don't think so. I think you as a Scorpio are actually coming out deeply on top. Number one, this chaos energy of society transforming itself with Pluto there in Capricorn, that's just you. You are ruled by Pluto in modern astrology. Pluto informs us of your depths and your ability to transform. That's why you're the most powerful sign of the zodiac, Scorpio, because you can transform the shit into the gold, into the plant that provides nourishment. You know, you are that alchemist. And when you're at your higher levels, that's absolutely important caveat, you know. But people are struggling. But look, Jupiter is there for you in your 3rd house of business and in your 3rd house of everyday environments. And you're probably experiencing, look at Venus in your 9th over here in Cancer, a lot of energy that's demanding a lot of you, though. It's not always easy. It's never really easy to get to the top, Scorpio. It's never really easy to get something worth having. But you as a Scorpio inherently understand that. So I think that you are actually probably dealing more intuitively with a lot of these energies than other people out there, strictly because of the Plutonian activation with Saturn and Jupiter in your 3rd house, but also just because in chaos, you tend to understand where things need to go and how things need to work. Don't get caught, Scorpio, in lack of faith. Don't get caught in the murky waters of Neptune over here with the moon, making everything real blurry and confusing, like, you know what I'm saying? Neptune is the disarray planet. It's the illusion. It's the chameleon. It changes into whatever it needs to be at any given moment. But don't let that fog you. You need to remain on your spiritual A game and listen to Venus in your 9th. She's asking you to deal with feminine wisdom right now. Venus in Cancer is all feminine wisdom all day long. She's in an opposition to Saturn, so it's the divine feminine and time. They're talking to each other. There's some message there you don't want to receive, but you need to. It's your medicine. Listen to elder women right now. Please listen to your elder women around you, Scorpio. Listen to what they have to say. You might not agree with them exactly and take exactly what they say, but I can almost guarantee they're bringing you wisdom under this full moon. So pay attention to the elder women in your life, Scorps. Also, Venus is here sextiling Mercury. They're transferring information between the 11th house and the 9th house. This is dreams and occult energy and just deeper divining energy and networking opportunities just working. And I'm really excited for you, Scorpio, because you're, you know, I don't know. I have a lot of Scorpio energy, so I'm biased, but I also really like Scorpios because you're truthful. I mean, unless you're absolutely full of it, there's like 2 times the Scorpios. You're usually really 100% like really deeply good, genuine person who really experiences things at like a very deep level. And you're just like deathly, deeply honest, and some people can't handle that, and that's why they're intimidated by you, and that's part of your power. Or you're like super crazy manipulative and just like absolutely kind of like psychotic in certain ways towards how you take things out on people. You can be like the tire slasher and like just the really intense retaliative, which, hey, I'm not saying there ain't no time and place for that, you know what I'm saying? So I digress. I'm backpedaling real quick. I'm not trying to get no Scorpios pissed at me, you know what I'm saying? But I am saying that Scorpio energy is like for real kind of energy, and it's either like for real, like you are real, or for real you are like a manipulator, and just like watch out, you know, like stay away. So just be aware, Scorpio, of what energies are around you at this time. Don't get caught in negative thinking right now. Saturn in the third could have you thinking everything about your local environment, everything about your community, especially if your kind of Scorpio is involved in the community. It could have you thinking that like it's all gone, it's all, nothing's worth it. Look at the square between Mars. But look, Mars is in your sixth house. I'm not going to sugarcoat this for you. This is where you're having the most challenge, okay, under this full moon. Mars is in your sixth, and it's very powerful, and it's squaring Saturn, and it's squaring Pluto, and it's squaring it's squaring Saturn, it's squaring Pluto, and by sign it's squaring Jupiter, and it's squaring Venus. So passions are running high, Scorp. And let us not forget, Mars is your ruling planet, honey bun, in ancient astrology. Do not forget, it ain't just Pluto. That's only half the equation of your depths. Never forget, you're also ruled by Mars. Mars is in some way a more powerful omen for you as a Scorpio. So please pay attention to what he's doing under this full moon. He's in your sixth house, and he's squaring the god of karma, Saturn, and the god of transformation, you know, and fate, Pluto. You know, both of those are really fate. So your actions right now will have influence, Scorpio. Your actions right now will last. Your actions right now will manifest in the third dimension. If you're working hard, if you're hustling for that dream, if you're taking those omens of those networking opportunities and the business passion projects and just the wise elder energy coming through right now, and you're taking this medicine and you're working through the process and you're putting in your diligence and your due efforts, you will see results. It will take maybe a little bit of time, but maybe not, because look at what Uranus is doing. She's moving quick. He's moving real quick. Uranus is moving real quick in that sextile. He's got 2 trines out to the sun itself under this moon and Jupiter. So this is real good money-making energy. This is like millionaire real quick kind of energy. This is like, not to give you false hopes, but I'm saying like what I'm really getting at is that this is like rags to riches, yeah, but also like really good luck on any scale. So don't close yourself off to the positive experiences that you can have. I mean, Uranus, Jupiter, and the sun, if you didn't see the video I did, Scorp, on just the full moon period, please check it out, because I talk more in depth on this there. But higher knowledge is being had. Whether or not you're there to receive it is up to you. And Mars is involved in tension only because he's asking you to be on your game and to dedicate and to put in what you need to put in. Mars is the accomplishment energy of the zodiac. Mars is the getter, the go-getter, the hustler. It's in your sixth house. Every day you're being asked to put in the grind every day. And there's pain there unearthing for you, deep pain, because Chiron is there in the sixth house. It's activating that still by sign. So it's getting to a wound of your soul. You're almost working every day, and it's painful, but it's healing your soul in that process. And you are unleashing a divine feminine wisdom within yourself, because your ruling planet Mars is there with Lilith in this process, and she is the unleashed divine feminine. She don't give a fuck. Lilith is just out there with her hair all over her. She don't shave no pits. She don't shave no pits. She don't shave her legs. Lilith is literally the divine unleashed feminine. She's literally just the badass woman who, you know, who just does not care. She will say anything that needs to be said, and it's like from her truth, you know. So that's your sixth house right now, Scorpio. That can be your pain. The sixth house is the joy of Mars. So in some ways you're being benefited by that, because Mars is there, and Mars is in good dignity. So for you, Scorpio, I think while it's the most challenging thing for you, it's still a freaking gift, Scorpio, because it's in good dignity. That is Mars in good dignity. It's in your sixth house, and that's the joy of Mars. So it's giving it like a benefit. In ancient astrology, Mars likes to be in the sixth house. So it's good, but it's with Chiron. So it's healing those wounds, and it's with, you know, Lilith. What I don't want you to do, Scorpio, do not act irrationally. You are a pretty cool, calm, collected, like even keel sign until you know you need to make a move, but do not be too impulsive with how you're dealing with people in your workplace right now, Scorpio. That could be the thing that screws you up at the end of the day and messes up all the good judge and all this positive prosperity energy in the chart right now for you, Scorp, if you act impulsively. Look, Jupiter's even with the part of fortune. This is insane in the membrane. I think a lot of us with Scorpio energy are going to be seeing some really beautiful things ripening and coming home to fruit, you know, coming to bear fruit. But be aware that it will take work, and be aware that passions will be high. Mars square Venus. That's sexy though. If you're in a partnership as a Scorpio, congratulations. The sex is going to be fantastic during this time. Just a diversion. But you know, I digress. Point being though, Scorp, I think you're in for a wild ride, and it's going to be really pleasant and really powerful. And I trust that you're going to follow your vibes as you always do as a Scorpio. And when you don't, things usually go wrong, right? So I hope that you do pay attention to that. And I wish you the absolute best under this full moon. I see a lot of big things happening for Scorpios. Mark my words. Before you jet, make sure you're subscribed if you're not already, because we want you here. Like the vid if it brings you value. If you're into my course, the deets for that are down below. You can check it out. And with that said, my friend, through next time, until next time, may the stars be with you. Peace.